Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Brunch stream. It's great to have you here. Well, woke up to a little bit of just light dusting of snow here in beautiful West Allis, Wisconsin. It already seems to have disappeared off the grass and the sidewalk and the barbecue grill out there. Hey, Tony. But that's all right. You know, if we got this deep into the year with only having a dusting of snow, that's not too bad. Um, Joe, as you folks know, is a Texas transplant, and you know, I always gave her the sales pitch that basically, like, you know, it's January, February that are the hell months, and everything else is pretty manageable. As it turns out, she's never been too frustrated by the super cold months. It's the fact that you still have days that are in the 40s when it's June that kind of drives her nuts. But anyway, it's December. We're supposed to see some snow, right? Cheers, everybody. Hey, Jen. Hey, Michael. Hey, Martin. All right. I decided to play a bunch of songs that are off the Ramblin, Deano and His Enablers CD. The CD that I recorded with my pals Jeff McNeil, who's a Toronto fellow playing mandolin, and Tammany Gueremy, who is an Austin gal playing fiddle. So we released this record early this year, and the plan was to do a bunch of dates together, which never worked out because of how everything worked out. But it's a good record, I think. Turned out well, and I really miss playing with those guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing those plans through. Hopefully this vaccine business will get us back on track within 6-8 months or something like that. Fingers crossed. All right. So this one, many of you, I've written a lot of songs that have to do with our relationship with technology, and many of you know that, probably recognize that other than promoting my music stuff there, I sort of backed away from Facebook, but I've kind of always known that these media platforms were a problem. I don't really know what to do going forward because it seems like they're just a completely necessary evil at this point. And you know, I've been searching for ways to, you know, have a music career that doesn't involve using these services, but it's where all the people who would be interested in what I do are, so I don't really have much choice. Anyway, this is about the sort of trolls in the comment threads. It's called Hater Generator. Wired and connected, and I'm gonna have my say. Lord help anyone who questions my ways. I'm lobbing grenades from behind my firewall. The man behind the curtain is only 4 feet tall, and we get what we deserve. Petty and mean, I got a hater generator. It's a perfect machine. Anonymous, protected in my bedroom late at night. I'm a highball of opinions, I'm starving for a fight. My words are my weapons, an enemy I cannot see. Determined to show the world just how ugly I can be. And we get what we deserve, petty and mean. I got a hater generator, it's a perfect machine. And we get what we deserve, petty and mean. I got a hater generator, it's a perfect machine.
If we were in the same room, might we be on the same page? If you were standing next to me, could you maintain your rage? Were your words so intense before the technology? I'm looking over the wall, and you're looking at me, and we get what we deserve. Petty and mean, I got a hater generator. It's a perfect machine, and we get what we deserve. Petty and mean, I got a hater generator. It's a perfect machine, a perfect machine, a perfect machine.
Hater generator. So a little thing I like to do that I've seen other songwriters do is just take one line out of somebody else's song and stick it in mine. And so I'm looking over the wall and you're looking at me is cut and pasted from the Sex Pistols' Holidays in the Sun. So I'm not sure how it fits in there, but it seemed apt at the time. I don't know. Hey, Trish and Barry, good to have you here. All right, so this next one is called Don't Nothing Mean Nothing No More. The title Joe came up with, and I took it from there. And I saw a post of a Facebook friend who asked for people to give examples of song titles that if you corrected the grammar, wouldn't be as good, and this would certainly fall into that category. Doesn't anything mean anything anymore? Would probably not be as good a song, but yeah, I don't know what is. This is sort of about the way media works in this country these days, and some other touches on some other things. But I mean, I would say it's an ode to our post-truth age, and it goes something like this. What you read, at least that's what I read. There's no steak on the plate, I blame it on the deep state. What you see isn't really happening. In the days of old Cronkite, we were put to sleep each night, never dreaming that our neighbors are all stupid and insane. Hallelujah, I've seen the black lights. Don't nothing mean nothing no more. Don't nothing mean nothing no more. The lines that were blurred don't exist anymore. Don't nothing mean nothing no more. Losing my lyrics here. This country is a car with a flat tire, driven by a habitual liar. And we're stuck on the tracks, but the train, a load of facts, is running a little behind. That was wrong, I skipped something. It's not coming to me, so I'm just gonna do the final chorus. Don't nothing mean nothing no more. Don't nothing mean nothing no more. The lines that were blurred don't exist anymore. They say the truth hurts, the lies will knock you to the floor.
And if you try to raise a fuss, they'll gladly show you to the door. Don't nothing mean nothing no more. Well, that one just drove off a cliff halfway through. Oh well. It happens. It happens when you try to play, you know, a repertoire of 300 different songs and pick different ones every every show. As I often say when I'm going through this old material, it's interesting to, since I was attempting to write very topical things that I released very quickly and would be relevant at the time of release. It's interesting to look at what we were thinking about just, you know, a year ago. And so I released this a different, there are two different versions of this out there, one on YouTube, which I just recorded myself in my little room here, and then one on the Enablers album. And this song was written at the time of the Kavanaugh hearings, and it's called "I Believe Her." And I always feel a little bit weird playing this because it's a little more earnest than I typically write. I'm typically too much of a cynic to be completely earnest and with no irony in what I write, but people seem to like it at the time. People seem to like it when I play live, so I believe her. Etched in the memory, a tattoo of the pain. The fine lines might soften, but it never goes away. And when you feel the trigger, when it all spills out, that's when the weight of the world comes from the top down. She said, believe me, if nothing else, just believe me. She said, believe me, if nothing else, just believe me. From the uncle who turned ugly when your parents weren't there, to the muscle car parties, the backseat affairs, the store manager's hands in a hidden back room. Don't you ever say a word, don't you ever make a move. She said, believe me, for heaven's sake, just believe me. She said, believe me, for heaven's sake, just believe me. Sometimes it feels eternal, the attacks and the mistrust. And every brave storyteller gets her face pushed in the mud. But as the plates shift slightly, quiet becomes a riot. For the daughters and the sisters and the mothers and the wives. They say, believe me, things are gonna change, believe me. They say, believe me, they already have, believe me. And I believe her, I believe her.
there you have it. I guess I did manage to throw one little bit of humor in there. The line, as the plate shifts slightly, quiet becomes a riot. I think referring to a shitty '80s metal band. I guess it throws a little bit of humor in there, but it's a subject that's not all that humorous, so it's pretty tough to be light about. So let's see here. Moving on. Hey, how about that military-industrial complex? That's no good, right? So I wrote a song about it. Except that doesn't sound like it's in tune. Yeah, there we go. This is called American Bombs, off the Ramblin, Deano and the Enablers Pills, Puppies, and Bacon LP. American bombs, they're falling all over the world. American bombs, they're falling all over this world. Well, you can put on a pair of Levi's, but they're made in Bangladesh. The factories are all shuttered, but there's one industry left. American bombs come into a theater near you. That's right. American arms, embracing the whole of the world. American arms, embracing the whole of the world. Will make you safe for democracy, you have the freedom to explode. Tent cities under the overpass for those who make it home. And the tanks roll into the Washington Mall. Yeah, the tanks roll into the Washington Mall. Look out. American songs, they sing 'em all over this world. American songs, they sing 'em all over this world. Well, they pump out all the latest hits and we tell the world to dance. And every little strong man wants a pair of Western pants. And American songs are number one with a bullet. And American bombs coming soon to a theater near you. All right now. American bombs. So the verse about the tent cities under the overpass was inspired by an experience I had every day when I was working in downtown Milwaukee. The particular exit I got off on to get to my job, there was a huge tent city which they seemed to like let grow and then clear it out and then let it grow again and clear it out. But it was really depressing because, this was kind of beyond the depressing aspect of your general homeless population, because these people, a lot of them were vets, and a lot of them obviously were not too far removed from having rather comfortable lifestyles, and everything went wrong for them, and that's pretty sad stuff. At one point, somebody hung signs there that said Walkerville, which was a reference to Hooverville, which was what they called the shanty towns outside of Washington, D.C. as the Great Depression set on, and they were blaming Hoover. So the Walkerville signs didn't last very long. They were referring to Scott Walker, our former governor. But anyway, all right. Here's this one I might need to refer to lyrics, because there's lots of them here. This is called Talkin' Tech Blues, yet another song chronicling my inner conflict about technology and how we relate via it, although this is pretty great right about now. And it's called Talkin' Tech Blues. There was a style of folk song called a talking blues that Woody Guthrie recorded a lot of, and Bob Dylan did a few of, because he was so influenced by Woody Guthrie. You know, all the people like Pete Seeger and Cisco Houston and Ramblin' Jack Elliott, all those people from that original folk revival scene did talkin' blues, and they all have this same pattern. They all do that, and they all have the same form where they stop and speak something. Actually, most of them are kind of spoken all the way through, but I decided to take the form but kind of write at least a bare bones melody to make it half sung rather than spoken all the way through. All right. I'm gonna look into your eyes, see what I can see. You can't cover all your tracks, can't hide your history. We become so attached, I'm your accessory. I'm finishing your sentences, I know your tendencies. I wanna know everything about you. I wanna know everything about you. Gain access to your files. The place where you're sitting now, the places where you've been, your rhythm, your pace, your style, your breath, your BPM. I'm painting you in profile, one pixel at a time, to get to know you better, to help you through your life. I want to know everything about you. I want to know everything about you. I want to trade in your secrets. Thank you for allowing me a view inside your home. So graciously you volunteer to hand over the load, to agree without questioning, to sign off on the terms, so we can all profit as we build a better world. I want to know everything about you. I want to know everything about you, so I can target your needs. Talkin' Tech Blues. Song about the apocalyptic, dystopian nature of the way we all interact with technology these days. And it just keeps getting more and more scary. Every couple months you read a new thing that these social media and other platforms are doing, I don't know. I'm just, when it comes to that time, I'm just going to say fuck it and let them just put the chip in my brain and just take the path of least resistance, All right, before I move on, let's talk wine. I'm going to do a wine sort of club first Tuesday of each month. So the first one is going to be June 5th. Within the next couple days, I'll set up a way to subscribe to this. I want this to be on a subscription basis so I don't have to sell each class. I'm just hoping to find 10, 12, 15 people that want to meet once a month and get a brief class about wine on a very narrow, specific subject. And then we'll do a tasting. And the idea is that because there's a whole month in there, I'll have the time to interact with you, look at what your local retailers are selling or what you can order online, and hopefully we'll all be drinking almost the same thing. So when we run through this tasting to illustrate whatever concept or region or grape type that I'm trying to talk about on any given in any given class, that we'll all be we won't be doing apples to oranges. We'll be doing kind of grapes to grapes, as it were. So yeah, look for more information about that as I get it together. I've communicated all this to those of you who are part of my Ramblino's Wine and a Song class group. But I'll put it up there for general consumption as well. So today I'm drinking a really cool wine, a wine that I've had many, many times over the years, and this is Muscadet, is the type of wine. This particular producer is Pepier, a really good producer of this type of wine. Muscadet suffers a little bit in the American consciousness because people get it confused with Muscat or Moscato. And the funny thing is that Muscadet is about as dry as white wine can get. So people shy away from it because they think it's sweet, and it's the polar opposite. So it comes from all the way on the Atlantic coast where the Loire River meets the Atlantic coast, and hence, because that's a great area for seafood and especially oysters, this would be a classic wine to pair with those types of foods. But they're also really great to drink on their own, and really great for people who like things like Sauvignon Blanc and Pinot Grigio, crisper style whites. And another cool thing about them is that they age extremely well. And they're cheap. So, if you wanted to experiment with something that you're going to hold on to for 5, 10, 15 years or more, you can buy a $15 bottle of Muscadet and age it for up to 20 years, assuming it's a good vintage. And they just stay fresh and add complexity and just age fantastically. So it doesn't have to be super expensive wines that you put in a wine cellar if you're into that sort of thing. And that's our wine class for today. Let's see. Here's another song off the Enablers record that is just one of many, many songs I've written about, a character who is just kind of struggling to make his world right. And this is called Sounds About Right. Good morning, boss man. What you got for me today? I say, good morning, boss man. What you got for me today? Said a little less work, a little more work, and a little less pay. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. I might just lay down and die.
Say, hey, hey, bartender, won't you please fill my cup? She said, sorry, my friend, your credit's all used up. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. I might just lay down and die. Said, hey, hey, doctor, what's the cure for my ills? I said, tell me, doctor, what's the cure for my ills? He said, you could use some good insurance, son. Then he handed me some bills and pills. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. I might just lay down and die. I asked my good friend, the accountant, what's a good age to retire? Yeah, I asked my good friend, the accountant, what's a good age to retire? He said, you can stop working the day after you die. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. I might just lay down and die. I might just lay down and die. I might just lay down and die. All right, Bill asked me to hold the bottle up again. There's a delay on this chat, apparently. So, yeah, so all Muscadet is kind of shaped in this fluted bottle. It's not quite as tall as a Riesling bottle is, but Pepier is the producer. Bill, since you're in Illinois, I'm sure they at least sometimes carry this at Binny's, probably all the time. So, Joe Camarillo. Joe, I wanted to tell you, I meant to send you a message that my brother turned me on to this history of Minneapolis hardcore that you can find on the webpage for the Minneapolis PBS station and stream for free. I thought of you while I was watching it. For some reason, only parts 3 and 4 are, episodes 3 and 4 are available on it, so you don't get the earliest ones, but it's a pretty well-made, pretty cool documentary. I think you'll dig it. All of you will probably dig it. So check it out. Go to the Minneapolis PBS station and watch their hardcore history if you like bands like Husker Du and Rifle Sport and Mecht Mensch and The Replacements and all those bands that came out of that scene. So it doesn't strictly focus on the hardcore bands, but it leans that way. Let's see. Loud Fast Rules, the predecessor to Soul Asylum. Pretty cool. I'm going to do a couple that are off of the Ice Cold Singles vinyl and digital LP. This is called World's Oldest Man. I am the world's oldest man. I would not choose to do the deed, but when you're high up on the hill, these boys and girls won't let you be. the people of this great state would find the sympathy to see. It's only natural to have failings, it's only human to be weak. Where's the line? When did I cross it? Is it a lie when you believe it's true? I am the world's oldest man, but I've been living in dog years. I'm at the moon all crying crocodile's tears. They say there's one in every crowd. Well, I resemble that remark, but I've been down this road before. I'll find my way back in the dark. Where's the line? When did I cross it? Is it a lie when you believe it's true? And the world's oldest man has seen pleasure and pain. He's the last known survivor of a long forgotten campaign. Yeah, he can make it rain. I am the world's oldest man. I would not choose to do the deed. When you're high up on the hill, these boys and girls won't let you be.
I was talking earlier about my how I like to take a line from another song and insert it in my song. And when you're high up on the hill, these boys and girls won't let you be. That's a Warren Zevon theft. They're I can't. Joe will remember the name of the song, but it's the song about him like being in a Betty Ford clinic with Liz Taylor and stuff. But about how they all rake the yard together. It's a great song that unfortunately the title I'm forgetting, but Rehab Mountain, I think it might be what it's called. All right, here's another. This song I hung around forever, and I started playing it with Ice Cold Singles, but I had written it long before that project ever came about. I wrote this when I was living in San Francisco in about 1992. And it's called State Line Bar, and it's about a place that Rec stopped on our way between Albuquerque and Austin on one of our famously unsuccessful tours. How do you do? How do you talk to the people you talk to? The State Line Bar sits on the edge of a precipice. What can you say? The county is full of talk on the airwaves, nothing for miles.
nothing to speak of anyway. The walls here are lined with dollar bills, 1,000 or so. What you ignore loses its meaning. It won't rain for months. How do you do? How do you talk to the people you talk to? The state line bar sits on the edge of a precipice. I hear the static come over an old radio. The State Line Bar. Joe and I have tried using Google Maps to see if this place still exists because obviously, Rec would have been trying to make time between Albuquerque and Austin, and it's a long drive. So we would have been using the freeway, I would think. I don't think it exists anymore. But it literally was this kind of, genuine roadhouse kind of place. And literally every square inch of the walls had dollar bills stapled to it. I guess it was a small enough community that they didn't have to worry about people trying to use them to pay for their drinks. All right, I got two more for you. I dug up some George Jones tunes that I wasn't familiar with. He's recorded so much, and I found this playlist on YouTube that I would recommend very highly, called George Jones United Artists Rarities or something like that. So George was on a lot of different record labels over the years. He started out on Starday, then he went to Mercury, and he was kind of doing things for Starday and Mercury simultaneously at one point. Then he went, I think United Artists was next, and then he was on this label called Music Whore that I think eventually became part of the Polydor thing that eventually got absorbed by MCA. Then after Music Whore, he finally landed on Epic, which he stayed on for a long, long time, but Epic in that time got swallowed up by CBS. And I'm not sure if he was still on Epic at the end of his life because they tended to drop the old country singers from those major label contracts. But anyway, there's so much material out there and he recorded so much, and it's kind of impossible to know it all. I gotta try and remind myself of the melody of this since I just learned it. I'm not getting it here. Let me do the other one first. That one I remember the melody to, and I'm gonna capo here. This is called "What's Money." What's money? I don't remember the melodies to either of these now, man. I knew I should have played these first. I just learned them like right before I went on the.
Okay, I got this one. It's coming back to me. The brain's working. More wine, more wine. Okay. What's money? What's money? So you wanna know what's money? They smile, the camera take a snapshot. No, I can't do either of these. I'm totally blanking on them. I'll do some more of my songs because I can't remember these fucking things. Jesus. Or I'll do a George song that I know, in a key that I know. And maybe those will start to come back to me. God, it's a weird thing. I played each of those songs like 10 times each before going on the air. But country songs all have such similar chord progressions and kind of similar kind of melodies too. So with only slight differences, so it's really easy to forget them. I'm gonna see if they come back to me as I'm playing this song that I actually know. Just because I ask a friend about her. Just because I spoke her name somewhere. Just because I rang her number by mistake today. She thinks I still care. Just because I haunt the same old places where the memory of her lingers everywhere. Just because I'm not the happy guy I used to be. She thinks I still care. But if she's happy thinking I still need her, then let that silly notion bring her cheer. Oh, how could she ever be so foolish? Oh, where would she get such an idea? Just because I ask a friend about her. Just because I spoke her name somewhere. Just because I saw her then went all to pieces. She thinks I still care. She thinks I still care. All right, you know what? Since we're all friends here, and I know you're just sitting around on a Sunday and you have some patience, I'm gonna give myself a little mental clue on these songs while we're on the air here, and then I'll be able to perform it if I just get myself started here. So I'm playing the YouTube video. Sounds good, doesn't it? Sounds better than I do. That's all I needed. That's all I needed, folks. All right. I got it. Capo. Well, I looked for you last night. I couldn't sleep.
while my heart kept saying constantly, why go look for something you can't keep? Let's go home where a fool's supposed to be. Let's go home before someone looks and sees you cry, and you'll have to tell them how you set me free. How it hurts to hear that one goodbye. Oh, let's go home where a fool's supposed to be. Still don't have it quite right. Well, I looked for you last night till almost dawn, while my heart kept begging, telling me, face the facts, your love is really gone. Let's go home where a fool's supposed to be. Let's go home before someone looks and sees you cry, and you'll have to tell them how you set me free. How it hurts to hear that one goodbye. Let's go home where a fool's supposed to be. Let's go home where a fool's supposed to be. Out of tune guitar, confused melodic sense. All right, I think I can do this one. This "What's Money" one. So when I was playing this morning, the song's called "What's Money?" ? And Joe said she had a concept idea for the video for the song where George is drinking in a bar and he's approached by some aliens and they start having a discussion, and George mentions being short on money and the aliens say, "Money? What's money?" And then George bursts into this song, "What's Money?" What's money? What's money? So you wanna know what's money? Please smile for the camera, take a snapshot, you get a photograph, but what have you got? The prettiest picture that I ever did see was Lincoln on a greenback looking back at me. What's money? What's money? So you wanna know what's money? This great green earth's all big and round, won't ever hold the beauty of the banks downtown. The wonders of space won't ever have the thrill, getting your hands on a $20 bill. What's money? What's money? So you wanna know what's money? Flour and bacon and a pot full of beans ain't ever gonna win me the beauty of my dreams. I gotta send flowers like a little red rose, and I gotta have the money in the pockets of my clothes. What's money? What's money? So you wanna know what's money? This great green earth's all big and round, won't ever hold the beauty of the banks downtown. The wonders of space won't ever have the thrill of getting your hands on a $20 bill. What's money? What's money? So you wanna know what's money? A working slave for the rest of my life, to feed 6 kids and a hungry wife. I take it with me to save my neck, but I like to have a little before I go by heck. What's money? What's money? So you wanna know what's money? This great green earth's all big and round, won't ever hold the beauty of the banks downtown. The wonders of space won't ever have the the thrill of getting your hands on a $20 bill. What's money? What's money? So you wanna know what's money? All right, that's all I got for you this morning, folks. But I'm going to do those two again on the Honky Tonk Happy Hour. Why do I always say Happy Tower? I'm standing in the Happy Tower. I don't know, and I'll have them down by then. Hopefully, they'll become a regular part of the repertoire because they're really cool songs when performed well. Anyway. I wanted to mention to all of you that I really appreciate all of your ongoing monetary support. I had a really great week selling my whole catalog on Bandcamp. So for those of you who hadn't already bought all that stuff, I appreciate you throwing some money in my tip jar by purchasing things there. As always, stay safe, stay sane, stay home, stay healthy, stay free, and I love you all, and I'm going to see you right back here on Thursday night. Take it easy, folks. Have a great Sunday. Go Pack!